How to solve all your employees' motivational problems once and for all. Hi, this is Rodney Bourne. Thanks for requesting our human resource awareness information, and thanks for listening to this free recorded message. I'm grateful for the opportunity to provide you with information about effective motivation and help you to choose the right motivational speaker and the right motivational strategies to help you solve all your employees' motivational problems once and for all. I am the founder of www.createabetteryou.com and the Curacao co-director of Effective Marketing Solution. I have been a real-life practical motivational speaker for over 20 years, and in that time I've learned that motivation is the subject of much confusion. In fact, people have so many misconceptions about motivation that I decided to offer this human resource managers and employee meeting planners awareness information. So when you select a motivational speaker or when you choose motivational strategies for your next employees meeting or event, you can make an informed, intelligent decision. In just a moment, I'll share with you 6 costly misconceptions about motivation. Plus, I'll offer 4 recommendations, and I'll give you 8 questions you should ask a motivational speaker before you hire him or her to speak at your employees meeting or event. If you'd like to skip over this consumer information and leave an email message, just send us an email at info@createabetteryou.com. That is info@createabetteryou.com, and leave your name and telephone number. I promise I'll return your email as soon as possible. Or if you want to speak to me personally, you can stop listening at this moment to this free recorded message and just give me a call on my personal mobile at 5999-565-6343. That is 5999-565-6343. Now, here's misconception number 1. You should wait as long as possible before motivating your employees. No. Your employees' motivational plan must be in place from the day you decide to start a business. It is very important and profitable for your future business that you have an idea of the 3 most critical areas of employees' motivation. Critical area of employees' motivation, number 1 is knowing who is the ideal person that needs motivating. So who do you want to speak to motivate? Who is that employee or employees? Critical area of employees' motivation, number 2, is your ideal message. What motivational message are you going to say to that ideal person or employee? Critical area of employees' motivation, number 3, is your ideal method. How are you going to say that motivational message to that particular person or persons or employees in order to motivate them? Most people ignore this straightforward approach because they're too busy dealing with multitasking activities. Everything has to be done now. They need to stimulate business now. They need to solve urgent but not important problems now. They need to even mess up the things that they're doing now. Most people start with method, often under pressure. An urgent need to stimulate business or a superior in the doorway screaming about a deadline. A lot of bad employee motivational decisions and a lot of bad motivation happen this way. Most people don't fully understand the dynamics of motivation. They start with method, for example, but that's the last thing that they should focus on. The person should come first. So the person they want to motivate, the employee they want to motivate should come first. We look at who you are going to motivate or who you're going to speak to before worrying about what and how you will say that message. Misconception number 2. The only reason to motivate your employees is to get out of workplace problems. No. If you have the right motivational strategies and programs in place, you will be able to help your employees. Your employees will be motivated to help your clients. Your clients then will be more motivated to buy your products and services, help you to increase sales and profits, which will help the company. And then the company will be able then to help the managers. And the circle of achievement operates continuously and everyone benefits. Misconception number 3. One method of motivation is as good as another. No. You can choose from 2 primary methods, theoretical motivation and real life motivation. First, I'll explain theoretical motivation. The purpose of theoretical motivation is to excite people with fancy words and concepts with the hope that they will be motivated over time. It typically focuses on what makes your employees excited. It builds temporary trust and it always has a feel-good element to it. Theoretical motivation involves scripted, pretty presentations with ideas mainly from books that the motivational speaker read in the past that might be outdated and even obsolete. In its pure form, it doesn't include real life practical solutions that are simple, easy to use, and that provide fast results. The downside of theoretical motivation is that it requires frequency and continuity. In other words, to get these theories in your employees' minds, they have to be exposed to a theoretical motivational speaker often and continually. Pure theoretical motivation requires patience and deep pockets. In other words, lots of wasted money, which may be in short supply for companies and organizations with tight budgets. The second type of motivation is called real life motivation. Real life motivation is about identifying the various types of motives that can influence a person. These include the following. First, primary or basic motives. This mainly pertains to motives involved with our need for self-preservation. This includes needs such as hunger and thirst, warmth, sex, avoidance of pain, and other primary motives which influence a person's behavior at a very basic level. Then there's secondary motives. Some more known in psychology as learned motivation. This type of drives differ from one person to another. In many ways, this involves a person's own sense of values and priorities in life. Many of the behavior derived from secondary motives are conscious ones. That is, a person consciously desires a particular goal or result and behaves in a way that brings them closer to that particular goal. What drives them to do something or to act in a particular way is the longing for something which they currently do not have or possess. This kind of motive generally falls into two basic types: intrinsic and extrinsic motives. Let's look at extrinsic motives first. Extrinsic motivation is likely to involve the concept of rewarded behavior. Thus, by encouraging or engaging in a particular type of activity or behaving in a particular manner, you can be rewarded by a desired end result. For instance, you are motivated to save money for a vacation. Hence, you resist the urge to make impulsive purchases and, in general, become more discriminated in how you spend your money. After a time, you find that you have a steady, growing amount of savings which you set aside. When you find that you have saved enough for the trip, you utilize your savings for the intended purpose and go on that wonderful vacation. The external motivation is the vacation, which is also the reward for your act of saving for it. Now, let's look at internal motives. On the other hand, these are the other less visible type of motives. It would be a mistake to say that such behavior does not come without its own rewards. To be more precise, the end goal is not a visible or external thing, but more internal and psychological. The achievement of these goals by itself, also correctly seen as a reward, is in general not visible to other persons. Thus, for instance, a student is motivated to get good grades, external motive, or simply he desires to know more about a particular subject, intrinsic motive. Getting good grades is the reward visible to others. For the student, the fact that he has become an expert in a particular subject or lesson is also a psychological reward for his intrinsic desire to learn. Let's look into successful motivated behavior. Good and effective actions or behavior usually involves the harmonizing of these two types of motives. If one is driven by both intrinsic and extrinsic motivations, then inner conflict is reduced and a person is more likely to devote in uninterrupted and harmonious actions towards a particular task. The inner and external rewards too are good reinforcing mechanisms. For many people, this is really the means towards success. and this also includes employees. By choosing goals that you desire, both in its intrinsic and extrinsic rewards, you can harmonize your own actions and devote your energies to your goals. In such instances, the chances of achievement increases greatly. Real life motivation, like what we use, is designed to generate both short term and long term results. Misconception number 4: having the right manager or supervisor is all a company needs to motivate your employees. Not true. Many companies have managers and supervisors that are well trained academically, but they don't know how to motivate their workmates. You probably know someone who have hired some of the best academically trained managers and supervisors in the industry, but they never learn how to positively motivate their workmates. So they demotivate their workmates, which leads to reduction in productivity, and as a result cost the company thousands and even millions of dollars. That is why it is very important that you choose the right motivational speaker and motivational strategies. The best motivational speakers are those that understand the difference between theoretical motivation and real life motivation. They have at least 10 years experience speaking to over 100 audiences in at least 25 different industries, and they are still speaking professionally today, even conducting their own public seminars and workshops regularly. There's no certification for a real life motivational speaker. The motivational speaker must earn the respect of his clients through the study of what really motivates people, real life practical experience, and successfully speaking and motivating audiences from diverse industries, so that clients are willing to provide testimonials on their behalf. A motivational speaker who has done this have in effect earned a degree in real life motivation. Happy clients are always willing to provide testimonials. So before you choose a motivational speaker, ask to see proof of the speaker's track record. Misconception number 5: the speaker that offers the lowest price is the speaker you should hire. Maybe, but not always. Here are 2 important points you must consider. Point number 1: the price you see offered may not be for the services you want performed. Before you select a motivational speaker, decide what you want to accomplish. If you want the motivational speaker to only do theoretical motivation with scripted, pretty presentations, with ideas mainly from books that the motivational speaker read in the past that might be outdated and even obsolete, you can choose from hundreds of speakers that use this type of speaking method. Or even read a book on the topic and do it yourself. On the other hand, if you want your employees to be motivated well, if you want to eliminate frustration, eliminate self-doubt, overwhelm, solve workplace and personal problems, then you need to hire a speaker that uses real life motivation, that works on the employee's intrinsic and extrinsic motivations, that is working on the internal and external motivations. This is the only way to ensure that your employees are given time-tested, proven motivational strategies that are simple, easy to use, and that provide fast results in helping the employee to overcome adversity, deal with change, improve performance, be open-minded to leadership, even provide better customer service that will lead to boost in sales. But most of all, they will be able then to succeed massively. The only way to turn your employees' potential for success into actual success is to blow away the constraints in their lives that are blocking their path. So remember that the price you see offered may not be for the services you want performed. Point number 2: the price you see advertised may not be the price you pay. Many human resource managers and employee meeting planners have learned that the low price they saw advertised was not the amount they were charged. And if you've ever hired a motivational speaker, you too may have been a victim of false or misleading advertising. You probably learned the hard way that some motivational speakers offer a cheap price, usually between $200 and $500 for a session, and then pressure you to pay a lot more once they get inside your company. Some of them may even break the law by using illegal bait and switch tactics. As in all businesses and professions, the motivational speaking industry has its share of bad apples. I take no pleasure in telling you this. But some are unethical, and sadly, a few are dishonest. By their misleading advertising and false promises, they cast a dark shadow on our entire industry. Then you'll find other motivational speakers, real life motivational speakers like me, who work hard to earn your trust and respect. As a way of improving our profession, I've dedicated my business to educating the public. The only way you can make an intelligent decision is to have all the facts you need. That is why I have written and recorded this human resource awareness guide that you're listening to, this free recorded message, okay? And to help promote my efforts as a human resource and motivational educator, I became the founder of www.createabetteryou.com, and of course the Curacao co-director of Effective Marketing Solution NV, and I've worked to help many human resource managers and owners of companies and event meeting planners to make an informed and intelligent decision when hiring the right motivational speaker. Misconception number 6. Any honest motivational speaker should be able to give you an exact price quote over the telephone. I wish this was true, but it isn't. Companies often think that if they want to hire a motivational speaker for a 1-hour motivational session, and let's say, for example, the fee is $1,000 for a group of 15 persons or less, then the price will automatically be $4,000 for 4 hours of motivational training or motivational sessions. But this isn't always true. First, an honest, reputable motivational speaker usually prices motivational sessions by the amount of work that has to be done. So if you would like me to tell you the exact cost of motivating your employees, I would first need to make a pre-programmed motivation analysis of your business to know what are your motivational objectives. So you would need to complete our pre-programmed motivation questionnaire. And then I would make an evaluation of the information on the completed questionnaire. And then I would customize a motivational session or sessions that would produce then the results that your company desires and make you the superstar for hiring me. Then once you agree to pay my motivational speaking fee, you can move ahead. Of course, we can move ahead in making your event a great success. You'll be glad to know that the customized motivational session or sessions to be created and executed is not nearly as time consuming as most people think. For example, if you want your entire staff or 15 persons or less to be motivated for a 1-hour session and you already have a location with equipment plus food and beverages, that can drastically reduce the cost of the motivational session or sessions. So you probably would pay, for example, this is an example, $1,500 for a 1-hour session. Or if you wanted 4 sessions, you could pay $6,000 for the sessions. Obviously, this is because most companies already have an in-house meeting or training room. Plus, I would provide a special 15% discount for companies who book me for more than 4 sessions a year and make a full payment. The result is that the company gets the actual motivational expertise that is needed to achieve its motivational objectives faster. So even though I can't give you an exact quote over the telephone, here are things I consider when quoting a price. First, the type of company. Certain types of company employees are harder to motivate than others. So before I give you a quote, I would need to know the type of company and employees you have. Second, the amount of problems and challenges to be overcome. Problems and challenges that haven't been dealt with within 5 years or more would take longer to deal with than those recently occurring in the company that have issues that haven't been dealt with in the last 6 months that needs to be improved. Third, the amount of productivity constraints, such as people with low self-esteem, self-doubt, frustration, anger, overwhelm, overwork, underpaid issues where they need to be motivated so that the situation can be rectified. If I have to help rectify all these issues for each individual or department within the group by creating a customized motivational plan to tackle each individual or department within the group, then the bid must include that labor. But if you can manage that yourself, then you'll save money. To recap, I consider the type of company. Second, the amount of problems and challenges to be overcome. Third, the amount of productivity constraints, such as people with low self-esteem, self-doubt, frustration, anger, overwhelm, overwork, and underpaid issues that need to be rectified. So, as you can imagine, every quotation is different. If you're thinking about having your company employees motivation done, I offer these 4 recommendations. Recommendation number 1, make a commitment to yourself to get your employees motivational sessions done properly. The longer it remains inactive, the greater the chances of you getting into financial problems due to poor productivity if there is a stiff competition or even an economic recession. Plus, the greater the chances of your company getting into labor disputes with the labor unions or government labor offices. Not to forget the damage that can be done to your company's image and brand due to negative publicity. Recommendation number 2, list your motivational objectives. Do you want only theoretical motivation with scripted presentations with ideas mainly from books that motivational speakers read in the past that might be outdated and even obsolete? Then if that's what you want, you can choose from hundreds of speakers that use this type of speaking method. Or you could even read a book on the topic and do it yourself. But is that what you want to do? Or do you want your employees to be motivated well, to eliminate frustration, self-doubt, overwhelm, solve workplace and personal problems? Do you want to work with an honest, reputable, real-life, practical motivational speaker? Or are you willing to risk working with a motivational speaker that just offers you the lowest price, knowing that you will not get the motivational results that you're looking for, which can even lead to you being embarrassed, putting you in a very embarrassing situation? Recommendation number 3, ask questions. The way you learn about a motivational speaker is to ask specific questions and listen carefully to the answers. Here are the questions I suggest you ask. Question number 1, what method of motivation do you recommend? Question number 2, what type of motivational strategies do you use to motivate your employees and teams? Question number 3, what benefits will your motivational strategies provide for my company? Question number 4, how often should I get my employees motivated per year? Question number 5, do you have at least 10 years experience doing motivational speaking yearly to different industries and different employees and audiences? Question number 6, do you regularly conduct your own public motivational seminars or workshops, and if so, which ones? Question number 7, are you acquainted with internal and external motivation? And will you show me proof of how you or your clients have gotten real life results? Recommendation number 4, once you're satisfied that you're working with an honest, competent motivational speaker, consider making an appointment and ask for a specific, customized quotation in writing. A written quotation gives you the assurance that you know exactly what your service will cost, no surprises. By following these 4 recommendations, you'll gain all the information you need to make an informed, intelligent decision. If you want a quick, cheap motivational speaker, many companies in the phone books can help you. Or you can read a book and do the job yourself. But if you want your company's employees to be optimal and thoroughly motivated, avoiding the headaches of employees' constant complaints, low productivity, overwhelm, workplace frustration, and embarrassment because of hiring the wrong motivational speaker, then I invite you to call me. I'll be happy to answer your questions, provide you with a customized motivational sessions cost estimate by email or over the phone, or come into your business and give you a free rapid employee motivational analysis, which has a value of $300. But like I said, you receive a free rapid employee motivation analysis without any obligation of any kind. To reach me, you can just contact me by my mobile. That is 5999-565-6343. That is 5999-565-6343. Or if you prefer, just leave your name and telephone number after listening to this free recorded message. And you can do that by contacting me via email, info@createabetteryou.com. That is info@createabetteryou.com. And remember, create a better you, the U in there is just not Y-O-U, but just a normal U. So it is info@createabetteryou.com. And with the subject line, motivational session. So your subject line for the email would be motivational session, so that I do not delete you from my emails. And I'll be glad to return your message. So here's one last point. I know that many human resource managers and business owners and employees meeting planners are skeptical when it comes to hiring motivational speakers. Before I got into business, I was skeptical too. So in addition to dedicating my business to human resource employees motivation education, I do one more thing as well. One more thing. Here's it. I guarantee my work. That's right. I fully guarantee every motivational session or sessions we do. If you aren't happy with our work, we'll continue to motivate your employees until it is to your liking for free. So you hear that again. We'll continue to motivate your employees until it is to your liking for free if you're not happy with our work. So we give that guarantee. And if you still aren't pleased, you paid nothing, not 1 cent. We will give you your money back, no questions asked. What could be fair? As a matter of fact, add this question to the list. Question number 8 that I want you to ask any motivational speaker before you choose to hire them. Do you guarantee your work? Not all motivational speakers do. And it's important that you have this information before you make your decision. Thanks very much for requesting and listening to this human resource awareness information about how, of course, you can also motivate your employees and avoid all those employees' motivational problems once and for all. I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions or comments, or if you'd like to schedule an appointment for a free rapid employee motivation analysis that values over $300, okay, all you need to do is please leave your name and telephone number by sending me an email at info@createabetteryou.com. Send an email at info@createabetteryou.com with the subject line employees motivation, and I'll return your message promptly. Or give me a call at my personal mobile, that is 5999-565-6343, 5999-565-6343. On the behalf of www.createabetteryou.com, I thank you for your kind attention, and I just want to wish you all the best. This is Rodney Bourne. Success to you. I look forward to helping you to motivate your employees and helping you to be the superstar for hiring me. Have a nice day.